You were just blown away by Brandon because he's that much better. Welcome back to another episode of the Goated Pod.
Hey,
I'm a yeller. I apologize. I'm a yeller.
I wouldn't say that. I ain't even put my hands down from the clap yet.
Man, they was aggressively asking us for the podcast, so we got to aggressively deliver. You know what I'm saying?
This is Goated.
What is this?
Goated.
I like that.
Welcome back to another episode of the Goated Podcast. It's been a minute, so we're excited to bring you guys another episode and share how our 2022 went. Our second episode was to share our 2022 goals. So we're going to do a little recap today and talk about how 22 went and some lessons we got.
Wait, how old are we? The podcast. I mean, year old. Wow,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Well, first and foremost, appreciate you guys for rocking with us for almost a year.
Yeah. So
Kudos to that.
appreciate it.
Hey, goats only live to 11 months.
Mm.
But you guys are living forever.
Can we get it back?
Is that,
I don't know how long goats live. We don't know how
Hey, we got some young goats. Young goats.
Goats live forever.
Somebody about to be in the comments like,
Really, 60 years.
you're a liar. You're a liar. Be honest.
You're gonna get flagged. False information.
Yeah. Nah,
So I watched back our second episode and we shared our goals. And so you two had a similar goal, talking about financial freedom, right? But instead of sharing a 2022 goal, you shared like kind of a lifelong goal, you know. I want to be financially free. That's what you guys shared. But you didn't have like a I need to accomplish this year goal for your finances. You had a goal for your competing. You just had a financial goal.
and I wanted to make it to the O.
Yeah, you did. You said that. You said
and I
that.
wanted both of those to be this year.
Yeah.
To be financially free
Yeah.
first and make it to the O, man, make it to the big stage. Got a step closer definitely to the financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? Any progress is progress in itself, bro. It's not perfect, but it's progress along. So, kudos to that. Didn't make it to the O, but we did accomplish some big ass achievements, bro. I mean, I got to pat myself on the back for the journey that I've had and the things that I've achieved up to this point, bro. We learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? So this next upcoming year, I'm just excited for that. But
Cheers to 23.
cheers to 23, bro.
No, man, you accomplished a lot this year. A lot. And you actually made it to the O.
I did make it to the O. Expo.
He went to the expo.
EXP in front of that.
We walked around. We saw the booths.
Hey, that shit was lit.
Check the Olympia sign. You'll find Mark Robinson.
Yep. He signed his name on it. He said, I'll be back next year.
Yeah.
Dope.
Affirmation. I love it.
So
Yeah.
what about you, Antoine?
I would say financial freedom, is still a work in progress. Obviously, we are in a recession right now, but that's not to say that education is not in a recession. So, definitely got rich off of knowledge to know like where I need to go in the future, following what's going on in our society today, how our market's moving, like those type of aspects. I feel like in these times, that's when you really want to hone in on like the knowledge base, because soon eventually will come the point to where you can become financially free, but without the knowledge you can't actually grasp that freedom because you don't know where to go. So but apart from that, the goal was halfway complete. We completed half of it, but I would say
You're talking about your
competing. Yeah. So with competing, it was halfway completed. And what I mean by that is that like we didn't really seal the deal on the pro card, but nevertheless, we won overall and we accomplished a greater physique. When I say we, I say me and my coach, me and my team, y'all, my girl. What? Yeah, I don't know. You-
We clouded these people.
I'm,
Like, you
work,
work out.
I'm,
I
work,
don't know you,
I'm
bro.
working out with a stranger, man. Hey, man. Hey, you lift weights? Oh my God. Hey, man, you lift weights? Yeah, I do. You? Yeah.
Hey, come fill this
Come-
video with me.
yeah, but we made it to nationals twice this past year. USA's wasn't as good as a result turnout than was nationals, but nationals we got better. But I feel like the biggest take back that I now know is that time is the real key factor with that, especially when it comes to like building the body, especially where the the um what do you call it, the event category.
I don't know why that was funny, bro. That was, you started me. Finish my sentence. I'm like, I'm just as lost.
Help me.
I'm like,
Help
I'm
me.
just as lost as you, bro.
Man, my inner Kevin Hart was screaming, bro. But the category. So the way the category is going nowadays is that you got to be able to fit the box, and able to be able to do that is take time off. And I mean, since we already on the topic, I feel like
What's the box, bro?
the box.
To fit the box of physique, because we compete in men's physique, and there's a lot of debate going on right now.
Yeah.
What that look
We'll,
is.
we'll
but
talk about that.
Now I'm trying to dive into.
No,
that.
we're talking. Hey, can I share
Hold on,
mine?
hold on.
2022.
Hold on. Yeah. Matter of fact, go ahead. Before I try to educate the people.
All right, all right. So my goal was also, I had financial goals, but I also had competing goal as well. And my goal was to compete in a international show, right? I didn't compete at all this year. Didn't compete at all. And so coming into this episode, I wanted to share, some lessons from this year. I want all of us to share lessons. Like, why did we come up short uh, for our goals and what we learned in this year? So for me personally, I didn't compete, and the biggest reason I didn't compete is because that wasn't my focus. I didn't focus on that goal. I was focused on, making money, building my business, and doing all this other stuff, and I wasn't dialed in to competing. And because I wasn't dialed in and focused on that, I didn't do the necessary steps to make sure that I competed. And one of those steps is, hiring a coach, right? I had my coach from the past, but this year I didn't have a coach. And so hiring a coach, that's a crucial step. Making sure you're hitting all your workouts and you align your schedule so that you can get your workouts, so you can get all your meals in, is necessary to step on stage.
Right.
And, I didn't do that because, I said that was my goal. But the reality is that really wasn't my focus because my actions didn't align with that result. And so, biggest lesson, biggest takeaway that I want to share with you guys is, if you have a goal, you have to break it down to the very simple steps that you need to take every single day. And if you're not taking those steps every single day, you're not going to accomplish your goal. So,
well, kudos to you to actually, accepting the fact that you knew you weren't focused on that goal. So you didn't even put the energy towards that, because if you had the deception that, yeah, I can do that, but I'm also going to do these other things as well, you're spreading yourself thin. You're never going to have 100%.
It's like you would have almost half-assed
mhm.
Facts.
to a point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
so,
It's two sides to that coin, man. Like, it's a double-edged sword because we have the same goals: compete in shows and become financially free. I was on the other end of that spectrum. I more so was focused on the shows versus actually building a business to help me become more financially free. And because of that, that's where I found myself deep into preps, deep into the workouts, deep into everything else that comes around it, and that was my sole focus. And I didn't give myself enough time or energy spared enough to invest anything worthy enough to build the foundation for my own business. So it's a double-edged sword, bro. So I definitely understand when it comes to like focus and what you're dialed in on, but to be able to balance out the two, it can be tough if neither foundations are even set. Because if one foundation is set, at least you're sturdy enough to just build from there while you build this other foundation. But trying to build two homes at the same time, you don't even know where you're going to live at. You get what I'm saying?
straight up.
Yeah, I feel like what I said earlier about deception, self-deception is our biggest downfall, because we will tell ourselves that we believe we can achieve everything, right? And you know, especially for males, the alpha in us, which I think that term itself is misunderstood amongst men on like what an alpha should be. And I feel like, you know, people go through the motions of thinking that they can achieve it all, and they don't really see the truth in their actions that will ultimately get them there. So when they don't get the result that they wish they had, they feel like they wasted time.
True. That's a leading cause of discouragement. People confidence start to dwindle, self esteem becomes low because you're putting forth, or you say that you put forth an effort. Of course, it's not like 100% diving in from some, but you put forth any kind of effort, and it's just not a quick return. That's what causes discouragement. Because everyone, I've said this before on previous episodes, is a lot of people always compare themselves to the person in the top spot, to this super famous millionaire, to this person that grew this $100 million business. You always compare yourself to that. So when you feel like you weren't able to build that within the first year, like that is mind blowing to even think you're gonna come close to that. You know what I'm saying? It's not hitting a lottery, right? It's real work, and it's real hard work to stay consistent and just stay believing. We had this conversation just 2 days ago, bro. Me, you, Kiera, we were in the living room, we were talking about it, and it was, I'm trying to build my business, but I'm not getting any responses that, you know, I was trying to reach out for like leading funnels and all this stuff, and I wasn't getting any responses. But my self confidence and my belief in the business never dwindled. It's like you have your highs and your lows, but until you're able to overcome or even ignore what the low is, as far as like how it makes you feel internally, then you're not going to be able to get to that high point, especially when starting a business, right? Because we're at a point where you're going to hit the lows way more often than you have any highs. So if you just allow these low points, quote unquote low points, because nothing's low, right? To get you down and to stop you and to hinder your confidence and momentum from going forward, then you're not really ready or really made to build a huge franchise or to build this large business.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're ready to quit and you're just down here because you're talking about, oh, I only have 100 followers, I only have 1,000. Why am I not getting so many likes? Why aren't I getting so many sales? Or why am I not going viral? Like, you're worried about the wrong thing. You should just worry about building your brand and being consistent in what you believe in.
Your daily action.
Your
Yeah.
daily action.
You know, one of the dopest pictures that I've seen in like the last, like, I think it was like, I've seen it like last year. It was like a meme, but something that refers to that is this guy digging, right? He's digging for gold. There's one guy in the bottom, there's one guy in the top. The guy in the bottom is digging for gold. He just keeps going, keep going. Yep, keep going. Diamonds. He keep going. The other guy is like, man, I give up. Turns back around. It's like 2 strikes away. You know, and the other guy ends up getting it just because he just follows all the way through. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, failure, you can't allow failure to mold who you are, right? You just kind of take it in, absorb it, break the mold, and at that breakthrough point that you reach, you're going to hit another tier. And even in that tier, there's going to be another type of pushback towards you where you have that inner feeling to where you feel like you can't accomplish something or it's impossible to do or learn. And then you just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. You break that mold again. You have that breakthrough. And now you're just climbing the ladder of being better.
That me. Read that book?
No.
I think everyone should read that book. So the part in the book is I think
makes me want to read it.
yeah, the chapter or the section is called 3 Feet from Gold. And basically it tells the story of that exact picture, right? You got two people working towards a goal, and one stops short because he doesn't see what's on the other side of just one more axe pick, right? One more dig. But Think and Grow Rich, it's not just about being rich. It's a mindset book, right? And it's a mindset about you need to reframe the way you view the world, the way you view the things you pursue in this life, so that you focus on the stuff you want to attract in your life. So if you want to, hit the Olympia stage, you want to become a pro, the things you focus on is what you'll attract into your life. And it's so powerful. Mindset is so important. Just like you were saying about getting discouraged by not getting the result you want in your business. If you focus on the result, you may never reach that result. But if you focus on those daily actions, that's what's going to take you past everyone else. Those daily wins,
Daily wins.
but not even the wins, the daily actions. You may have losses, right? And you have to train your brain to be like, I don't care about this result. I know if I do this continually, just like the guy digging with the shovel, if I just keep going, I'm gonna hit the diamonds. I'm gonna hit the goals.
One of these days.
Yeah, one of these days.
One of these days.
Consistency wins, bro.
Yeah, consistency wins.
Yeah.
And that's what takes people out.
Every time.
All right.
You know, and I'd say this to anybody out there that's trying to like build themselves, either whether it's through social media, you know, the only way you'll be able to grow, post every day. You know, if you want to build a muscle group, hit it weekly.
Not every day.
Hit
it.
Goddamn.
Back to your topic of the O.
The box.
The O, bro. I like the fact Ebanks won, bro. To me, his physique, bro, the athletic look looks great to me. And I mean, you see a lot of debate going back and forth all around the world on whether or not Brandon should have won, whether Ebanks actually deserved to win over Brandon. I think those are two completely different looks as far as their physiques goes, from the muscle densities, from the structure of it, the way they sit, the way the muscles just look. When it comes to men's physique, I kind of like the way the Ebanks athletic look compared to like the dense look of Brandon. However, they both do have the best physiques in the game. The only thing that me personally, and I'm no judge, and I'm just a scrub, I'm just me, I'm Mag Muscle. But only thing I would say that maybe is a reason why Brandon placed second was two components. One, the showboaty kind of actions on the stage, because we've never seen that out of him over these previous years. And that was something that we grew to love and respected out of him, was somebody that just went on the stage and just handled business. Was super wholesome and humble in the way that he did it. And that type of character that he put forth is something that made the people really fall into who he was as a competitor. You know what I'm saying? So the whole showboaty competitor thing this year just didn't feel like it was really him. You get what I'm saying? Maybe like the drama of the entire year, the talk back and forth of whatever from the entire year just led to that moment where it's like, yeah, I'm just finna stun on these niggas, you get what I'm saying? But I can say that I felt like that wasn't the guy that I looked up to as a competitor, the guy that I kind of shot for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not knocking him in any type of way. That just wasn't him in that moment to me. That's the person I recognize as a competitor. The second piece of it was, and I'm no judge, this is just what I see, my own personal opinion, was something was off about his posing. Cause I study his posing, bro. Like I watch all of his videos, and it's always super balanced, level shoulders, real chisel. You know what I'm saying? Parallel. But this Olympia, something was just uneven in the way that it flowed from the camera view. Can't tell you what the judges might see at the table, but from the camera view, it just seemed like things were just a little off. Versus Ebanks just had everything again, like I said, balanced, parallel, super even, and I think that may have been. Those two components may have been the difference in why Ebanks was put over Brandon.
Okay.
In my opinion, I'm no judge. I really don't even know what's on the judge's scorecard. but because the game is so subjective, you know what I'm saying?
That's why you saw it.
That's the way I saw
Okay,
it.
I feel you.
I'm just
So-
my perspective.
So for the listeners and the viewers that aren't as in tune to the sport as we are, we're talking about the top two placers in men's physique for this year's Olympia, Brandon Hendrickson and Ebanks, right? And the first thing you stated was like you really like the physique of Ebanks and how he looks compared to Brandon. So my question is, who do you think you have a more similar physique to?
Me?
Yeah, you.
That walks down a whole nother rabbit hole, bro.
I want to hear that rabbit hole.
Okay, that walks down another rabbit hole in this sense, bro. And I'm gonna put it on the podcast. Going forward, I'm switching coaches from Team 619 to Cuts. I'm just putting that out there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because, and I'm gonna make this statement first. There's no bad blood. Nothing happened between me and Pete. There are no ill wills, no words, no disagreements, no nothing out of our relationship as coach and athlete. I feel that Pete is more specialized for individuals that compete in classic and open bodybuilding because he himself has a bodybuilding background. Whereas with cuts, he's shown to be proven to be more specialized for athletes that compete in men's physique.
Mm-hmm.
He has classic athletes as well, but his entourage of men's physique competitors and that aesthetic men's physique look, he's been proven to bring in people with that specific look. You know what I'm saying? Now, my natural physique puts me in that category. However, I feel like under the trainings of Pete, kind of blurs that line to almost make my physique almost too blocky, too muscular, too dense.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Between the coaching and training style of Pete. Whereas I'm trying to revert that back to the area that I'm already in. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't necessarily say because I and the only reason why I say I can't say yet because I don't know what my end result next show undercuts. Then we'll be able to have that conversation. I'll be able to say I look more like either Brandon's density or Ebanks' athletic look. You know what I'm saying? Then I think I'll be able to know at that time. However, I think I have the potential to have a combination of both. A super athletic look that's
Dense.
dense but not too dense. Is like because Brandon. I'm not saying Brandon's too dense, but Brandon has like a dense look to him on that stage. But I don't think I have that same type of density.
What you think about that?
Do you agree that Brandon has a dense look?
I agree. Brandon has a dense look. What's your?
Do you believe that E Banks is not dense?
He's not dense. He's not as dense as Brandon.
He doesn't have the dense look.
My opinion is that I thought Brandon had a better physique. I thought Brandon had a better physique, and I thought that out of the top 5, the other 3 competitors look like Brandon, and then Ebanks looks different than them. And so my opinion was, if the judges are looking for this Ebanks look, why did not all the top 5 look like Ebanks?
But that's another thing about scorecard. Like I said, we don't really know what's the categories. That's the check boxes. You know what I'm saying? It may be balance, symmetry.
They are. That's what they are.
That's why. Okay, but more than that, like fucking posing, charisma. You know what I'm saying? A smile. I don't know what's like.
You should look,
So,
Mr. IBB Pro. You should look.
I ain't gonna lie. I've asked like, what is? Because I know what I'm checking off, but you don't know how those other 3 competitors checked off on those boxes. No matter how each individual look, how those other 3 competitors checked off on those boxes.
That's true.
Compared to everybody else.
That's true. Okay, I can see you on that. But with that being said, Ebanks got a perfect score.
Okay, point out a flaw that you saw.
Bro. All right, these guys are the best in the world, right? These guys are the best in the world.
I just said
And so
point
you're
out a flaw.
comparing, all right, so he may not have that many flaws, right?
The thing about it is he may have flaws. It's just at that moment on that stage, he didn't present any.
I don't think Brandon did either.
Again,
Brandon didn't present any flaws either.
again, not
And he's the champ.
Man, I was looking at his physique like,
his
where
phenomenal.
is the missing piece?
Phenomenal.
And there's none.
But we just looked at the video yesterday, and you said, okay, after I explained my piece, you said yourself, okay, now you see what I'm talking about.
Well,
the
I mean,
The
unbalanced.
posing. Just the
that's
posing,
it.
but not the physique.
No.
And
But posing is a checkbox,
so
right?
the-
that you get scored on,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
If Ebanks had perfect, if everything between Ebanks and Brandon were all together, like symmetrical, right? All the scores. However, Ebanks didn't fuck up on posing, and Brandon was dead.
Yes.
That's the defining factor, right? Would you not
I feel
agree?
you on that.
That's
I
all
agree
I
with
was
that.
saying. I think that's my opinion, though.
So I saw a video, they made a comment about the scoring, right? So Ebanks got a perfect score and Brandon got like a 10 or something. And so you get points for deductions,
Right.
right? And so it wasn't even close. The competitor,
Out of what, though? It might have been a 10-point range, but 10 out of what?
no, the video I was watching, they said, okay, the score should have been like 5 to 6, right? Like maybe Brandon had one more ding than Ebanks. But they're saying like Ebanks blew him out of the water. Basically, like, I don't know, Lakers playing the Clippers and the score was, they beat them by 30.
But if that's the score from Ebanks to Brandon, what was the score to all the other people?
I didn't see that.
Because again, that's why I say out of what though? A perfect score. Let's say it's out of 100. Ebanks got 100 points.
Okay, all right.
Brandon got 90.
I
And then
got
this
you.
next
I
guy,
got you.
88, 87, 80, you know what I'm saying? And so
So,
on and so forth. So like, what's the range?
right. So I'm gonna look it up, and then I want to hear what's your opinion.
Well, I feel like there was some elite contenders. I feel like everybody up there deserved to be up there for sure. But I feel like Brandon should have won, man.
Say with your chest.
My
So they would
per-
what do you say?
Say with your chest.
He whispered that. I feel like don't tell nobody this.
I feel you.
Mister, hey, this is the go.
But now you said it though, you gotta explain it. Why is that?
I was explaining it. Jeremy interrupted me. So,
Go ahead.
but anyway, so I mean, I don't know. I feel like me personally, I feel like Brandon had a better physique. Now, per our conversation earlier, there are a couple of things that you pointed out that does make a difference between first and second. And looking at those things, he didn't come perfect. So I understand his placing, but just physique wise, what I like or what I thought was a better look was Brandon's. The symmetry, incredible symmetry. There's no piece that's overshadows the other. He doesn't really have any like some people like Germany Potvin has a big ass chest, or like Chiron has a big ass back. Brandon just has an amazing physique.
Balance.
I've never heard anybody be like, "Oh, Brandon has big arms or crazy core or whatever." It's everything is just complete. So I feel like he just has a complete look.
Easily two of the best physiques in the world.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
And at a point of being on the Olympia stage, somebody has to come in first, somebody has to come in second. Now, when you look at their body types, those are two completely different looks. And how you
Apples and oranges.
apples and oranges, bro.
My man.
Those are two completely different looks. However, guess what? Somebody has to come in first, somebody has to
Yeah.
come in second. So when it comes to the judges' score sheet of all these different categories, right? Of balance, symmetry, posing, charisma, and whatever other things that need to be checked off, how well do these two competitors check off these boxes, right? Now, I gave my personal opinion of over the last few years of Brandon as a competitor. We've always gotten the humble humility, the people's champ out of Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody that shows up, does the work, and is super like chill about it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, the masses was able to gravitate towards. This year, I didn't feel like I recognized that competitor, that guy that, I kind of shoot for myself out of them because of the extra showboaty performance. You know what I'm saying? That was never him. He never had to go extra or do the extra to while he's on stage performing. You know what I'm saying? He would just go on stage, grace the stage, and bless the audience and walk off. That was dope to me. But the extra showboaty, I thought that was distasteful for his character. You get what I'm saying? Because after so long, you build your brand of your character. You know what I'm saying? Also with the posing, I said it, man. I was like, something's off about his posing. I was calling it out while he was on stage. Something is just off, and it was the imbalance in the shoulders. I've always like if I go to YouTube to watch posing videos, I will always go to Brandon because over the last few years, it's always been symmetrical. It's always been balanced, and it's always to me has been so simple yet perfect and elegant and flow that you just can't help but fall into the rhythm of it. You know what I'm saying? You could, but you compare him to so many other athletes, right? And other athletes will do a whole performance. You know what I'm saying? Wild transitions, flowing some slow motion shit or some extra something. Not Brandon, but Brandon was just get in the front, one step, move to the side, get in the front, one step. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just so simple, but like I said, it become balanced, perfect, and it just be you can't find any flaw in it. This year, bro, like I said, it just was off. And when it comes to apples and oranges, you have to look at this score sheet to see like how does one compare to the other. I think it might have been the posing that may have given him a couple of
Okay.
deduction in his points.
So you say the posing. So what? So you think Ebanks has a perfect physique?
I think he presented a perfect score on the stage.
Hmm. So for those that don't know as much about, we're talking about the Olympia, We're talking about the two top competitors at this year's Olympia, Ebanks and Brandon Henderson. And there's controversy because Brandon won 3 or 4 times in a row.
2.
3.
3.
He won 2 in a row.
I think it was 3, bro.
You
3.
won 1, then Raymond.
No,
then he came back
because-
and won 2.
Also, but he has 3 titles.
He has 2
Oh, I'm
titles.
sorry.
He has 3
That's
titles.
C-Bum.
Yeah. So he has 3 titles,
He won his 4.
Oh.
and he lost this year, right? He lost this year, and it's controversial because a lot of people thought that he won because he brought a better package this year than he did last year when he won. Ebanks, some people are saying that he brought noticeably better, and Ebanks brought the same package.
I disagree. I completely disagree. Look at him at the Arnold. Look at him at the Olympia. 2 different looks. Look way better at the Olympia.
Look way better than Olympia.
Way better. You
Okay.
see how you went back to Brandon's comparison. Have you looked at Ebanks' comparison from his Arnold?
I looked, and like,
And his comparison from last year Olympia too. It's way
we'll have
different.
to look at it again.
Take
but
a look. It's
Well,
The-
it's
so
noticeable difference, too.
when you looked, what did you see?
I saw Brandon made like crazy.
No. From Aaron.
I didn't. It wasn't like, man, this guy got way better. I didn't see that.
I saw more chiseled, fuller, and better conditioning.
Yeah, and then another point is like, if you're the champ, the contender has to demolish you to get the belt.
They have to demolish their look.
How you
though.
figure that?
That's
So
how it
look,
is in everything.
check it
bro.
out, check it out, check it out, check it out.
Just because a team win the Super Bowl, that just automatically
No,
mean
it's not like the
No,
Super Bowl.
no,
It's
no,
like
no,
in
no.
boxing
Hold on,
or
hold on.
UFC. Like in
Hold on,
boxing
hold
or
on,
UFC.
What
So
does that mean?
Like
Just 'cause-
if it goes to decision, the champ's gonna win.
Nah, get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's how. Does that not how it goes?
Nah, bro. I don't see it that way, G.
all
But
right,
in boxing.
so take it this way.
But did it come into
Bodybuilding is
decision?
a whole different sport than most
It-
sports that we know.
But did it come to decision?
No, basically, it is decision. That's what the sport is.
I see what he's saying.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
look,
the sport is decision. So it's like Brandon has to come in.
So you just said just like boxing or anything, if it comes to decision, then they'll give it to the champ. My thing is, did it come to decision?
My point
It
is,
was a point differential on the score sheet.
yeah. They said he killed him on the score
Then
sheet.
what's to talk about? This is a prime example of when I did Pittsburgh and I got second. Everybody saying, "Oh, Mac, you probably should have won. You should have won. You should have beat Sadiq. Sadiq won off his name." I didn't come in better to make that undeniable.
That's my point.
You get what I'm saying?
That's my point.
Huh?
Ebanks didn't come in undeniable to beat Brandon.
That's your opinion.
What is this sport? This sport
so
is
hold
opinions.
on
But
before
it's
we
opinion,
escape
but it
before
comes
we
with
escape
it
what you
comes
said
with it.
earlier. So check this out. So Brandon won last year, right? With his package.
Yes.
You're telling me that you did not see a substantial results from Aaron from last year's Olympia to this year's Olympia, a
Yes.
difference,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so in order for Aaron to beat Brandon this year, he would have to have beat Brandon's look last year.
Yes.
And if Brandon noticeably got better from last year to this year, how did
Yes.
Aaron win this
Yes.
year's Olympia?
Yes.
Guys.
Right.
That's
Just
my
because-
point. So
Okay,
So
look at it like this. Look at it like this. Look at it like this, right? Look at the dogs.
What's up, bud?
Look at it like this. Cookie. Look at it like this,
What
man.
you think? What you think? The judges said that Ebanks killed Brandon. He beat him by 5 points this year, right?
Again.
Beat him by 5
Okay.
points. Let me see.
What was Ebanks' flaw? No, you said you saw Brandon's flaw, right? What was Ebanks' flaw?
Okay, so
No, my bad. I know I gave it to you, but he the one that said he saw Brandon's flaw. So what was Ebanks' flaw?
What his flaws would be to me would just be my opinion.
It's all
That's what it
this
is. It's all based on
his
opinion.
So
yeah, you save your face, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your opinion on it? Like the flaw. Wait, what was the flaw? And his performance. You got to think about that too. We're not talking about just their physiques. It's also performance on stage.
Okay.
Like they give you a real good breakdown at every single show.
I got
That when
something
you-
to say about that.
then when you step on the stage,
after
The art of posing is the art of hiding your flaws
Mhm.
to present a perfect physique. It don't matter if you look better than someone else standing next to you, if you're not able to present that on that stage, then what does it matter? So on that stage in that moment, what was you saw Brandon's flaw? You said it right. It was his posing. So what was E Banks' flaw?
I'd have to watch it again. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to give a bypass ass
No, that's fair.
response.
That's fair, bro. That's
I would
fair.
have to look at it again. I'll
That's
watch it
fair.
right now.
I'm about to say, I'm about to say we got. I was sure about to put my phone.
All right, yeah, pull it up.
And you, same question, sir.
So I guess the reason I'm kind of defensive for Brandon
Mm-hmm.
is because I'm like solely focused on the physique,
Okay.
right? And I do admit that his posing did look a little off, right? And so that might have weighed into a bigger factor than, I give it credit for, the posing,
Mm.
right? I'm focused on the physique. And so his physique got better. E-Banks, a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
And so Antoine's looking at it and shaking his head. He's like,
Right.
these boys are
That
trash.
was-
I should have been on stage.
Yeah, he's like, this guy's washed out.
Man,
Shouldn't have had those
condition
burgers.
wise, Brandon's killing Aaron.
He's killing him, bro.
Stop.
That's my point.
Stop it, bro. You're looking at a 780p HD video, bro. Stop playing. Put it in 4K.
Oh,
That's crazy, bro.
Let's check this out, bro. You talk about lines, bro. Tell me that ain't. Come on now, bro.
look at that.
But the posing is off. It's the only difference, bro.
Okay,
Both of them are
look at the back, bro.
conditioned,
Look at the back. Look at that, bro. That's insane.
Okay, but what about the back
The
pose?
back-
That's just a transition, bro. What are we talking
The
about?
back is
pose?
crazy.
I know. I see what you're saying about the lean.
I
Well,
wasn't wild.
actually-
I wasn't wowed by Aaron's routine.
Yeah, I wasn't wild by it. So,
No.
so the
Truthfully,
reason
I
you pulled
wasn't
up,
wild by either.
the reason you
No.
pulled open your phone was to find a flaw of E-Banks because he asked you to see if you saw a flaw.
Right.
Didn't
I
see
didn't.
the
I didn't look at the routine. That was the only thing I saw.
You were just blown away by Brandon because he's that much better. E-Banks isn't even on the screen. With all that being said, I'm kind of glad E-Banks won, and it kind of motivated me because E-Banks is tall. He's 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, he's giving a different look.
And I'm 6'1". And, I always told myself that, I can't do much in this sport because I'm tall. And so, seeing
Are
a
you?
tall guy
Okay.
be the best in the sport is like motivating, And so, and also his transformation pictures are insane, bro.
Oh, yeah.
What he came from,
Yeah.
dad bod, he said it on one of his posts. From dad bod to Olympia winner,
real?
best physique in the world.
For real.
Is
You
it's
ever seen
motivating.
his day ones?
100%.
Yeah.
It's insane, bro. Insane.
I mean, that's just a synopsis that like anything is possible.
Yes,
100%.
that's what it.
Brandon Henderson
rolls
was
down
Mr.
to.
Olympia when he started. Type shit.
Yeah,
Type shit.
yeah,
though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It just shows.
Brandon still worked up though.
100%, bro. Like
100%.
again, we're not taking
Yeah.
no credit from either of them as
But-
athletes. It's just
But yeah, you
Who
know,
you
some
think-
some
who you
people
felt
that was just
were-
a bigger transition. Just like somebody who like, gets out of shape, fat, overweight, obese, per se, and then they get shredded.
Bro, every time he talks about obese people, he puts a hand towards me.
with the
Yeah, obese.
To make you
So-
feel
yeah,
better.
like it's not a big deal, you know.
Hey man. Get on that stairmaster.
stuff, bro.
Hey,
Nah, but
let's go full circle. Back to goals.
You know what? Having this conversation now, I'm actually gonna speak out my goals. Got it right. My goal is to continue to work on my business and not allow the stress of shows distract me from putting forth the intentional energy. And I say intentional because you don't want to feel like it's a chore because you're out of energy or because you're tired or you want to lay down. The intentional energy to continue to stay true to myself and true to growing my business because it's a passion of mine and it's something I want to share with others. So not only that, there's this upcoming show year. I just want to continue to get better. I'm not looking at the get me to the old top 5 yet. I just want to keep getting better because if you get better, you get better, you get better. Just as Brandon got better, just as Banks got better, you see where they can fall. Top Olympians. So those are my 2 goals, bro. And my wedding's in March.
Hey, hope she says yes.
cheers.
I hope she say yes.
Yeah, I hope she does, bro.
Yeah. Cheers to that. Cheers to
Okay,
that.
okay, Mr. Antoine.
Mr. Antoine.
Yeah.
What about Jeremy? Well, Mr.
A
Hamilton.
comes before J.
Okay. My goals for 2023, right? That's what the year we're coming up into. We got what year it is. Basically, just convey my inner workings and just like dish out value to the world rather than focusing on myself so much. Focus on the environment around me and focus on the people that I affect. I feel like me affecting more people than I did this prior year would be a significant goal for myself because with effectiveness comes feedback, positive feedback, and that relates to business. You know, obviously, I want my business to to go up and flourish and be established. But in order for me to do that, I gotta affect the populace. In order for them to like actually create that rapport with me, with my name, with my brand, Antoine Marcus, or Against All Odds, or whatever they convey me as. I would have to build that rapport first. So just making that communication, making that connection with people, spreading some value, establishing my business, and just focusing on my new family.
Check you out.
Whoa, show the
That's
bling.
green.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
Just
That's
focusing on my new
dope.
family, man. Taking time off from competing. So I won't be competing until 2024. So that people know.
Sound good, bro.
You know, taking some good needed time off. And to anybody out there that is feeling stuck, feeling like you are in a consecutive cycle of failure, just take a step back, re-navigate, and then hop back on that road towards success. It might be a little bit different. It might have different angles, but eventually you'll get to the end and it'll be the result that you desire.
I just asked that to challenge you boys because if you don't have a set target, you know, you're aiming at nothing.
Yeah.
And so you have a target of competing at the Olympia. You both do. And so you have a set target for that, but for your business, you know, it should be the same. You should have a set target. And so my goal is to compete on a national stage. That's my set target. And same goal as last year. But we're going to hit it this year. We're going to hit it this year. Yeah, we're gonna hit
They
it
said
this
this year, so it has to be this year.
We're gonna
right?
hit it this
That's
year.
the goal.
Yeah.
He can't give us that type of motivational speech, and he doesn't do it.
Yeah, we gotta hit this year.
You
You
gotta
see,
go to these-
I'm already
these
starting.
belts.
I don't got no glass in my hand.
That was just flavored water. bro.
Flavored water. I don't got no flavored water in my hand, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
No.
All right, man. Hey, it's been a great talk with you guys, man.
Been a go year.
Watch this. So, Go to Podcast is almost 1 year old, and the topic of today was talking about number 1 and number 2, Miss Physique, Miss Olympia. Next year around this time is gonna be Mac Muscle in that conversation.
Hey, that's the goal right there. For real, bro.
That's the goal,
For
man.
real.
Yeah, let's.
I believe that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, appreciate you guys. Appreciate
That's
you
right.
guys, man. Make sure you tap in, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share this content with somebody. I'm challenging each and every person that's watching this right now to send this video to 3 people. Just send it to them. Copy the link. Let them know how dope of a channel.